shooter, and if she gets on a hot streak, that's a good sign for the Aces.
Let's get it underway in Michelob Ultra Arena. Aces take possession early.
So the taller Jonquel Jones is matched up with Asa Wilson. The smaller Brianna Jones matched up with Liz Cambage. And what do the Aces do? They go right inside to Cambage, and she's going to the free throw line.
Did we mention the physicality that we're expecting to see today?
Oh, absolutely. When you're looking at these two teams, they've got post players who can post up inside, who can bang. And one of the things that Kurt Miller talked about was don't get bullied. You cannot get bullied. With the physicality he's expecting from the Aces, and Bill Lambier said the same thing to his team because he knows how physical Connecticut plays.
Here's Jasmine Thomas, you talked to us about, looking from the top of the key now. Jonquel Jones sets the screen. First shot let go by DeWanna Bonner. You're not going to get through an open without talking about DeWanna Bonner. She's going to make us say her name.
Oh, absolutely. And DeWanna Bonner is a phenomenal three-point shooter. You cannot go underneath the ball screen.
Wilson, top of the key. It's good.
We in for a show. A'ja Wilson, let me tell you what she's doing so far this season. You know she is the reigning MVP from 2020.
I'm aware.
She's putting up similar numbers.
Inside. And Jonquel Jones making her mark early. Oh, this is going to be fun. You can tell right away. Raquana comes up short.
You see the difference. Connecticut coming down, Jasmine Thomas orchestrating, getting everybody in the right spots to execute in the half court. Use that shot clock. Get the best shot, not just an open one.
Bonner again, no good. Tipped away. I love the effort there. That's Jonquel Jones getting another possession for Connecticut. What a pass, Bonner, but denied. Liz Vegas right on top of her. No finish. Foul is on Liz Cambage. Her first.
First team foul.
We were talking about the battle inside. It's going to be key. This is where this game's going to be won. The small battles inside. Who's going to win on the glass? And you saw Jones and Cambage going at it.
Thomas danced around, no good. Liz waiting for it patiently. Liz Cambage, a little dish to A'ja. That was in her wheelhouse for A'ja. Those 15-footers are going to start falling.
You know what I like about seeing A'ja Wilson and Liz Cambage playing together is they space for each other. When the ball comes inside in the paint, you'll see the other one step out to the short corner of the high post to leave room to work in the paint.
Long ball, no good. There's second opportunities coming, and now that's the second foul on Cambage.
And who's doing the work down low inside for Connecticut? It has been Brianna Jones. She's getting position on the inside. Cambage at 6'8", sometimes you rely on your height, but you've got to jockey for position, anticipate the shot to get inside.
Brianna Jones nails that, and Liz Cambage goes out. In comes Jisoo Park. Bill Lambier talking to us. Part of what makes Liz great is her emotion and passion. Part of what can get the best of her sometimes is her emotion and passion.
Well, you just knew coming into this game how Connecticut has been playing. They were going to be physical. It's about the only chance you've got going against the Las Vegas Aces. But GC Park has come in and given good minutes to the Aces, especially on the defensive side.
Baby.
Raquana Williams came into this season really focusing on her defense. We talked about her shooting being a scorer, but she's a defender and doesn't give up on the play. Did you see how high she got up? Okay, baby.
That was an emphatic no, the reverse to quiet the crowd inside Michelob Ultra Arena.
Now, Connecticut's offense is working pretty well. They got off to an 11-0 start in their last game against the Phoenix Mercury.
They certainly did, and Las Vegas right now 1 for 5 from the floor. Again, that's where you're missing a little bit of Liz Cambage protecting that rim.
But you see Jonquel Jones continuing, and the Connecticut Sun getting second opportunities on the glass.
Yeah, they have 4 offensive rebounds already. The Sun does. 4 of their 9 have been O boards. Look at Natasha Heidemann. We got to talk about her at some point, number 2 in blue. But Chelsea Gray, long ball, trying to get something going.
Connecticut's going to force the Aces to make outside shots. They've really packed the paint.
Reverse and a score, Brianna Jones.
Aces.
An 11-2 start for the Connecticut Sun here in the first quarter. What a hot streak. Part of the initiative under new ownership Mark Davis is to connect the past with the current, and that includes all the franchises, Utah, San Antonio, and Las Vegas. And so, honoring the alum, he's bringing in alum from years past. Michelle Snow is one of those alum that is here today at the game. She was a superstar.
First round pick for the Houston Comets, but then came over and played for the San Antonio Stars. You know, Michelle Snow was the 3rd player in the WNBA to dunk. She brought some excitement to the league.
Michelle Snow, in a conversation that you and I had with her earlier today, talking to her about her passion. She's got a really interesting job going on right now where she's in product design for Nike, and said, look, when you see the players rolling their shorts down, she's one of the people who said, we do that because you're just taking men's sizes and having them smaller to fit the women. She said she's really one of the people pushing for, let's make sure everything fits the women.
And she's talked about how these shoe companies are hiring these WNBA players because these are players that actually have used their gear. They know what works, what doesn't. And so Michelle Snow now is somebody that's speaking from words of experience.
Coach Peck, 11-2 start for Connecticut. For the Aces, what do they need to fix and quick?
Well, they're going to have to really be aggressive. They're going to have to spread the floor. I think one of the things that the Aces are going to have to do is they're going to have to hit some outside shots, because right now, just like that from Jackie Young, Connecticut is forcing a lot to be taken outside. They're crowding the paint.
DeWanna Bonner takes a look at it. There's plenty of time on the clock. Natasha Heidemann. 3 seconds. Now the shot's got to go. No good by Jonquel Jones, the defense of the Aces, pressuring him late into that shot clock.
Well, that's one of the things Bill Laimbeer has really prided himself on, is being one of the best defensive teams in the league. They've been in the top 3 in the last 3 years, and expect that they're going to have to tighten up their defense with how Connecticut has gotten off to such a hot start.
Chelsea Gray inside to Asia Wilson. They were looking to take a charge, but that wasn't happening.
Chelsea Gray, the no-look pass inside to Asia Wilson. Remember that crystal ball we talked about? she does a nice job of leading her teammates into scoring opportunities.
The defense by Connecticut, it's crowded. You talked about it already, packed in the paint. Jisoo Park defending. Left hand over, effort by Jisoo Park, back out. Shot clock down to 7 for 3. It's good for the Sun.
You're talking about on offense for the Aces and Connecticut packing the paint. The Aces have been one of the teams at the bottom of the league as far as number of three-point shots taken because they like to play through the paint. They want to be aggressive, either getting paint points or getting themselves to the free throw line.
Little one no good. Jisoo Park grabs a hold of it. Substitution coming in for Connecticut. Beatrice Montpremier.
Well, and De'Erica Hamby waiting to check in for the Aces. She was phenomenal against the LA Sparks. 17 points, just brought the energy right away.
Jackie Young. I mean, there is a lid on the bucket right now for the Aces. That one halfway in and out.
Well, Kurt Miller knew that against the Aces, you've got to pick your poison. The priority for the Aces, and Bill Laimbeer has made it no secret, want to play through the paint. So Kurt Miller's like, plan A is take away the paint. If Connecticut start, or if the Aces start to make shots, that would make the defense have to come out.
Raquana Williams out, De'Erica Hamby in. Hamby chasing that time. Wilson with the rebound. Asia Wilson hit the first bucket of this game. She's gone 0 for 4 from the floor since then. See if they can get her hot and involved. Offensively, she's underneath and in, but from the corner, Hamby comes up short. Jasmine Thomas trying to go up through the middle. That's a no. No foul. They're just clogging it all up in there, the Aces.
Into the game for Connecticut, number 3.
You know, one of the things that the Aces may have to do, since Connecticut is packing the paint, use ball screens. Move those ball screens down. Got shooters that can come off of those screens.
Asia doubled. It's a foul. She'll take a trip to the line. Kalia Charles entered the game for the Connecticut Sun and wanted to get that in.
Well, look at the attraction. Every time Asia Wilson tries to get anything in the paint, it's going to be 2 or 3 players rotating in on her.
Fouls on Beatrice Montpremier.
Asia Wilson had 17 points against the LA Sparks. Off to a little bit of a slow start, but it will not take long for her to get settled in.
Knocks those 2 down.
We need some noise on Aces.
Taking a look at the rebound numbers, 15 for Connecticut, 3 for the Aces.
See, that's where the Aces have really been able to create that separation in their previous opponents, is really cleaning the glass.
Chelsea Gray calls her own number, see if she can get it started for the Aces.
And that's where the Aces are at their best. Being able to score in their initial action, not having to wait and go to the secondary.
2 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
A slip by Hamby on the floor. Finish with the right hand. Brianna Jones having her way right now.
Brianna Jones was able to come into herself last year in the bubble without a Jonquel Jones. She worked her way, was the starter for the Connecticut Sun, and just became more and more that offensive threat down low.
Brianna Jones, 6 points, 3 rebounds in this first quarter so far. Asia Wilson, hot, has something to say about it.
Well, I thought it looked like Brianna Jones knocked the ball out of bounds. That was the question that A'ja Wilson had.
There was a little bit of moisture in the center of the floor that just got wiped up. That when De'Erica Hamby slipped earlier.
Hamby with the assignment of trying to contain DeWanna Bonner.
Shot clock at 4. Jisoo Park, a menace defensively. That's the way they like it. Shot clock expires.
It's Aces basketball.
Anybody who's wondering what Park is bringing to this team, here it is.
Well, it's the defense. Bill Laimbeer has complimented her on the minutes that she has been able to come in for 2 reasons. One, to give rest to Liz Cambage, but also she's been a stopper inside defensively.
As DeWanna Bonner is helped up, the foul is on De'Erica Hamby. Following up on what you said, Carolyn. Yeah, to give Liz rest, and in this case, Liz 2 quick fouls, give her time to take a breath.
Well, the impressive thing about the Aces in their last game against LA was the contribution of the bench. We talked about the points of De'Erica Hamby. We also had Destiny Slocum, who just came in the game, the rookie who is going to have to play more minutes in the absence of Kelsey Blum, but also Jisoo Park, who brought the defense, and she does a lot of things that does not show up in the stat sheet.
Yeah, and this is a different situation for Slocum than when she came in the last game, so we really get to learn a little bit more about the rookie. Last time she came in, Aces were in the lead. Now, a little more pressure. Screws a little bit tighter here. Jackie Young doubled up for a second. Throws it away, a turnover there.
You see Bill Laimbeer really rubbing his forehead, just looking for his team to settle in. They just aren't quite as sharp as they were against the Sparks.
Connecticut Suns 4-0 as we talked about it, owning the boards. First quarter, final ticks. Jones turns around.
That's too
That
easy.
one's John Quell.
That's way too easy for Jonquel Jones inside.
Jonquel and Brianna Jones, we talked about keeping up with the Joneses. They have combined for 13 points in this first quarter. Looking for the foul, not going to get that call, but a 10-point lead for the Connecticut Sun at the end of the first quarter. There's going to mean the Aces are going to have to find a way to answer a few questions. 16-4. Rebounding advantage for Connecticut as they lead the Las Vegas Aces by 10 end of the first quarter.
Connecticut is up by 10 on the Las Vegas Aces, and a lot of it has to do with their defense. Keep an eye on the Connecticut players here. Anytime the ball is making a move toward the paint, the defense, you'll see blue jerseys that are all sinking in a gap defense, taking away any driving lanes. All 5 people looking at the ball so that when there is an opportunity to try to even drive to the paint, there's no vision. And the Aces are having to settle for an outside shot.
Again, clogging the paint right there. De'Erica Hamby able to draw the foul, but it is crowded and blue in there.
I mean, that's the only opportunity or chance you have against the Aces is to try to take away paint production. And when that happens, the Aces will have to make outside shots. And so you're taking a gamble. Are they going to make it from the perimeter or not?
And taking a look at who the Aces have on the floor right now, there's no Jisoo Park, there is no Liz Cambage, there is Chelsea Gray, outside shooter. Destiny Slocum, outside shooter. Jackie Young, outside shooter. And oh, by the way, A'ja Wilson hit her first professional 3 earlier this year, so in game 1. So they've got some outside shooters there for Las Vegas now.
They are capable, but that has not been the MO of the Aces. And so What the Sun are trying to do is cause the Aces to do things they normally don't do. They can.
Shot clock is at 4. 2, shots got to go up. Asia Wilson has a hand in her face. DeWanna Bonner ignores her and knocks it down. Hamby looking at it.
Second thought.
Yep.
She's got to recognize Jonquel Jones has given her room. Hamby's got to be confident and pull the trigger.
Turnover by the Suns.
Shot clock running down. You got to know the Suns are going to put the ball in the hands of DeWanna Bonner, and you have got to keep, I don't care how far out she is, keep putting pressure, keep putting pressure. I've seen her too many times throughout her career knock down those money shots when the shot clock's running down.
Jackie Young trying to feed it inside that paint. Paint's closed, at least for right now. Got to know where the foul was. Palms to the ceiling. That'll always tell us. And it's going to be the 3rd foul for Beatrice. Montpremier head coach Curt Miller has talked about the unintended consequences that he's dealt with throughout his career. Explain that.
He went all the way back to when Shanae Ogwumike got injured, and they had to make the adjustment of playing without her. He talked about Jonquel Jones not coming into the bubble. That was an opportunity for Brianna Jones to really step up. And even this season, Jasmine Thomas had obligations overseas, and so it was Natisha Heidemann that had to run the team, an opportunity for her to get some experience at the point.
A paint point for the Aces, 2 of them from Dearica Hamby. Heidemann, just as we had talked about, are able to draw the foul.
It was interesting to hear Curt Miller talk about people referring to his team as the mini Vegas, the mini Aces, because that's what they do. They are trying to get the ball inside in the paint, whether it be going to the post or off the drive from their guards.
Foul is going to be called again, and it's on Jackie Young. So Slocum picked one up a moment ago. Jackie Young has picked one up now.
And Bill Laimbeer was expecting the physicality, and from Connecticut, it's not just on the offensive side of the floor, but defensively, both ways.
Liz Cambage back in immediately, effective.
Cambage playing with 2 fouls.
Nice block there. Dearica Hamby trying to fight through it. Looking to draw a foul. We got to play her down as Heidemann gets up slowly.
It's a blocking foul on Connecticut's number 2, Natisha Heidemann. Her first personal.
Well, this is what the Aces are missing. Liz Cambage, when she's not on the floor, she is just such a backstop for the defense for the Aces blocking shots.
Hamby at the line. This is one thing the Aces have been really good at throughout their first few games, is picking up those points at the line, making those trips count.
Well, they have to, as long as Connecticut is going to continue to clog the paint, you know, not just to settle for outside shots. If the outside shots are there, yes, knock them down, but also to stay aggressive, to go at contested shots, see if the officials, how they're going to call the game.
Chelsea Gray out, in comes Raquana Williams. Also, Dejanay Carrington entering for the Suns. Heidemann, no good. Ball batted around.
Heidemann shot that jump shot with her left hand.
Yep. And I had a moment of, wait, is she?
She's ambidextrous.
Apparently so.
SAT word for me today.
Very nice. I'll say their defense, Connecticut, has been peripatetic just because I'm competitive that way.
I like it.
3 seconds on the shot clock. Heidemann's got to go. Second shot clock expiration forced by the Aces today in terms of their defense. Slocum can't hesitate. She didn't. Passes it around the rim. The horn knocked down by Bebe. And continuing the 25th anniversary celebration of the WNBA, the Las Vegas Aces organization continuing to honor alums, including Sequoia Holmes, who they have brought back. She was with the Stars in San Antonio and spent a couple minutes, actually, had a 7-day contract with the Aces in 2018.
Well, she was thrilled when the news was announced in San Antonio and that they were moving to Las Vegas because, as you see, she is from Las Vegas, and she's taken pride in probably being the only player that has played at all 3 levels in her hometown. She played high school here in Vegas. She went to college at UNLV, and then she did have a stint here with the Las Vegas Aces.
You and I talking with her this morning at a beautiful brunch, and she talked about she was excited to be an ambassador and come back for Mark Davis's vision here with the Aces, and talked about in her hometown with her mother, Miss Juanita, with her, how important that was to her.
And it meant so much to her that Mark Davis and the Aces are making it a priority to allow former players to be recognized and to feel a part of a league, especially a league that has lasted for 25 great years.
Before the break was an 8-2 Aces run. Liz Cambage making people uncomfortable. That's what she does. Destiny Slocum grabs it after Liz Cambage defends it. Bebe again for 3 consecutive threes by Raquana Williams. It's a 1-point game.
I told you, Bebe got hot. Needed her from the outside, shut down in the paint. Bebe opening up things on the outside.
It was an 11-point lead by the Sun at one point. Forcing the outside shot there. It's the flip of what we were talking about. Destiny Slocum bringing it down. Liz Vegas deep. Jackie Young, there was some room in front of her.
But keep an eye on Liz Cambage. She has made a major impact since coming back in the game after picking up those 2 early fouls.
I mean, that really was the difference, was it not? Denying people an immediate block in there. Things have been flipped. Here goes De'Erica Hamby. Eyes are up. Jackie Young pointing. And now we've got a little hobbling from
Connecticut's number 3, Kyla Charles. Her first personal.
Brianna Jones. Let's see what we can find out from Jones.
Jasmine Thomas and Tawana Bonner will check back in for the Sun.
You see her, Brianna Jones shaking her head saying she couldn't go. I hope she's all right, able to return to the game.
We'll make note of it that it's at 5:07 remaining in the second quarter, a 1-point game. Because as you mentioned, that Jones combination, there's actually 3 Joneses on the Connecticut team. Impactful, but Tawana Bonner has done great work for them as well. Liz Cambage immediately impactful. Jackie Young turns around, falls away.
Well, Connecticut going with 4 guards right now. Bonner will play a bit of the 4.
Offensive foul on Connecticut's number 21.
How about Dejanay Carrington?
Her first.
My memory serves me right. She was at Stanford at the same time that Destiny Slocum was at Oregon State playing within the Pac-12 conference. The 2 of them going at it there.
Well, Dejanay Carrington is an aggressive, physical player. Both these rookies making their mark, but Destiny Slocum stepped right in there. There is no fear, and that's what Bill Lambier really liked about Slocum, is he has said that she's not scared. She'll be out there. She's going to play hard.
A bobble on this side, grabbed by Slocum. Talking about the aggressive, talking about not afraid and on cue. Chelsea Gray thought about it. She's still thinking about it. Hamby says, give it to me, I'm not gonna think. Just shoot. Nice one off the iron, or nice, no hesitation, I should say, off the iron. Shot didn't fall.
That's what I liked about that shot, better than the previous 3 that Hamby had taken. There was an afterthought. That time she caught it in rhythm. It was a good shot.
DeJohnay Carrington, it won't go. Bebe. My goodness, I thought I might pass out if another 3 drops for her there. You just take it if I fall off my chair.
I love the way, though, that how Liz Cambage is playing. She set that ball screen and rode to the basket. She was in good position to get that offensive board.
She's phenomenal. 2 quick fouls, out for a bit, came in immediately impactful, and it's all the little things right now that are happening as well. And at 6'8", that's not a little thing. Big rebound for Cambage. No second chance for Connecticut. Gray knocking it down. Vegas takes the lead. Chelsea Hopkins picked up by the San Antonio Stars in the replacement draft. Dan Hughes, head coach there. She was here this morning with her mom, Miss Carla, celebrating at brunch. And again, not a long time with the organization, but when she was at San Diego State, Mountain West Conference Player of the Year.
Well, and she had an opportunity signed as a free agent, but remember, during the 2013 season, Danielle Robinson got injured, and Chelsea Hopkins was available. Again, another one of those players. Appreciates Mark Davis bringing her back. You know what's unique, though, about Chelsea Hopkins and also having Sequoia Holmes here?
Tell me.
They play together in Israel, and they also this summer are going to be coaching young players. So Sequoia Holmes is the head coach, and Chelsea has said Sequoia's got the team that's good and winning, and it is Chelsea that is responsible for the developing of players that'll go on and play for Sequoia Holmes.
For Bill Lambier and this Las Vegas Aces team, they have responded. He's in his 4th season of Las Vegas Aces head coach. Of course, we can go through the accolades, 3-time WNBA champion, everything that's on paper. But you tell me what's special about Bill Lambier coaching in this league.
He does a terrific job of helping define roles and using rotations and selling players on those roles. When you look at the number of 6 women of the year that have played for Bill Lambier,
shots up. Second chance, and that's the first bucket scored in the last 6 minutes. They had 6 scoreless minutes for the Connecticut Sun. Chelsea Gray inside, shuffles it to Asia, but it's paint packed, and then DeJohnay Carrington takes it away, looking up the court at Heidemann.
Slocum got a piece of that.
She sure did. And then pushing it ahead to Chelsea Gray for 3. Knocking it down. Vegas retakes the lead.
Now the Aces getting back into the form of how they played on Friday against the Sparks.
Liz Cambage getting a little bit of rest right now, worth noting. They've got 2 bench players in for Las Vegas right now in Hamby and Slocum.
Well, Liz Cambage has earned this rest because the way she came into the ball game after having to go to the bench early with those 2 fouls, her impact in the paint really changed the complexion of this game.
It was something special. Just looking at Liz on the bench, she gives it all every time.
She was out last season, opted out, but in Australia won a WNBA championship.
Fouls on Connecticut's number 24, DeWanna Bonner.
Foul on DeWanna Bonner.
That's Connecticut's 5th team
And that's Connecticut's 5th team foul. Bonner getting some clarification. Dearica Hamby back at the free throw line. She's going to take 2 shots.
I don't think I've ever seen DeWanna Bonner maybe once or twice in her career raise her hand and go, yep, you're right. she never fouls.
Hamby knocking that down. Listen, the Aces went to the line the other day against Los Angeles 32 times and made 27 of them. This will be the 10th shot from the line and the 7th make from the line for the Aces already in this game.
De'Erica Hamby is just a tough guard because she can swing from the 3 to the 4. She's got a face-up game. She can post you up. Great energy. She can even put it on the deck, go score on you.
Little Gray defense there, disrupting. Pushing it ahead. My goodness, there's that vision that you talked about.
You say crystal ball, looking into the future, knew that De'Erica Hamby is always going to run the floor for the Aces, and she was right there. Receive, and she delivered.
And one. Hamby back at the line again. Double figure scoring already for Hamby. What a pass by Chelsea Gray. Exactly as you described at the top of this show. Disrupted by Jackie Young.
The rotation of the Aces.
Another turnover there as the shot clock went down. Yeah, they sure did. Turning around, loose ball. 2020 MVP picking it up.
Nobody there, wrong color jersey.
Well, Brianna Jones back in after us watching her go to the bench, holding her shoulder and immediately scoring.
She has been a huge presence inside for Connecticut, getting on the glass.
I'm sorry, were you talking about Brianna Jones? Because Chelsea Gray, again, is making you talk about her. Another
right.
bucket.
You're right.
And they can't hear us. We're in plexiglass. Shots long, no good. Off Bonner's fingers, and Las Vegas Aces ball. We talked about Liz and how she changed things for this Aces team. She's not on the floor right now. Jisoo Park is. Tell me what's been going right for Aces other than what Liz did.
Well, I think Liz started the momentum and said, we've got to make defense, bring that back to the top of the list of priorities. And we have seen the rotation now, the pressure on Connecticut, the covering for each other for the Aces, and that's made a big difference, and their offense has picked up.
Inside pass. I feel a highlight package at some point again from Chelsea Gray. I mean, my goodness.
I could sit back and watch those all day long.
Denied. They're calling that a foul on De'Erica Hamby. Bill Lambier is calling that something else.
Hamby on Bonner. It's hard to tell from that angle, but I believe the officials are going to call it every time when you're swinging. You know, instead of trying to knock the ball out of bounds, just stop it from getting to the basket and then keep it in bounds, and you can be heading the other direction.
Thank you, Coach, as DeWanna Bonner makes them pay for it. What a thrilling first half. A big second quarter turnaround by the Las Vegas Aces as they lead the Connecticut Sun by 6. Both teams have let it fly today. It has been about packed in the paint, a physical game, everything you could hope for. Back at Michelob Ultra Arena. Okay, second half happening. We talked about the difference between the first quarter and the second quarter. Carolyn, take me through the third quarter. I'm not even going to ask you what you expect because who knows at this point. What do these teams need? Start with the Aces, please.
Well, the Aces need to start out this third quarter how they finished the second quarter. Their intensity defensively, it was superb of where it needed to be. Not so much in that first quarter. And Liz Cambage, remember, she has 2 fouls, and she played in that second quarter as if she had none. She was physical. And when you're big girl, your center plays tough and aggressive, the other 4 around you have that confidence that they can pressure the basketball and send the offense trying to come to the paint to you, and you can block shots.
On the other side, for the Connecticut Sun, they're sharing the ball well, but they certainly had a lot of trouble in that second quarter. For Kurt Miller's team, what do they need to do?
Well, they've got to get more scoring from Jasmine Thomas. She's got to be an offensive threat. She has played 15 minutes, only 3 points. You know, Jonquel Jones, she's got 9, and Brianna Jones, the 2 post players. But I think Jasmine Thomas could open things up if she were to get more involved in the offense.
Best start for the Connecticut Sun at 4-0 since 2018 when they went 5-0. But certainly the Aces' second quarter, where they scored only 9 points, has the potential to change that up. Third quarter action underway. Here's Bonner. Passes it back out, creates the open. Inside, out, no good. Rebound, grabbed, Liz Cambage. My ball.
She got popped in the mouth.
Well, she's going to have something to say about that. Jackie Young finishing. But Liz sees all those suns coming the back way. She remembers who popped her in the mouth.
But you watch. She has got her eyes up and ready. Anybody coming inside, she is straight up. That's tough.
She left her hands there the whole time. That's not for show. She's showing I didn't do anything.
Oh, it was totally opposite. De'Erica Hamby got called for the foul for swatting at the shot in the corner in the first half. Liz Cambage stood there like the Statue of Liberty. It was almost bank robber defense with her hands straight up, and Jonquel Jones initiated the contact. Straight up. That's a tough call.
Cambage with 3 fouls. Jonquel Jones knocks those 2 down. That's where you need a short memory. Raquana Williams, no good. And again, now Liz is playing with 3 fouls.
Yeah, she's got to be careful. They get 6 in the WNBA.
Yep. We knew this game was going to be physical. It's going to need all 6, maybe. Shots up, no good. Liz Cambage tips that ball over.
Does she get credit for a rebound there? Because she's doing a much better job than she did in the first half of getting position, even if it's to deflect the ball out.
And that's exactly the same thought I had. That's so scary. We think the same thing. That doesn't show up on the stat sheet. I don't think that shows up as a rebound.
I would give her credit for it.
Okay, well, we'll check the sheet. I can't look right now because my eyes are on the court. Uh-oh. DeWanna Bonner. Up over the top.
A little chippiness between Jonquel Jones and Liz Cambage.
Yep. There's a conversation that our plexiglass is keeping us from hearing. Heidemann goes to save that ball. Everybody else just kind of stood there thinking that was headed out of bounds. Nobody else chased it but Heidemann. Taken the charge. Nope. It's an offensive foul, yeah. On Jonquel Jones. The literal taken one for the team was Chelsea Gray.
She stood in there and did take it too. Jonquel Jones was coming with a full head of steam. You know, it's interesting here, Bill Lambier talking to Liz Cambage, talking about play basketball, where when he played back in his day, he was one of the best at getting in his opponent's heads.
That's right. Jackie Young, no good. 4-point Aces lead. No, not in my house.
Cambage is bringing the D for the Las Vegas Aces.
There's only 2,000 fans in the house, and it sounds like 10 when Liz gets them fired up like that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she's a crowd favorite now.
Asia Wilson, no chance. She's letting anybody get closer to that ball. Keeps Jonquel Jones backed up. Oh, that ball movement inside. Hard fought by Asia Wilson.
But you watch Liz Cambage, she has been a hawk for the basketball anytime the ball comes in the paint. She said, not in my paint, not in my house. No, ma'am.
2 shots.
And the crowd responded on the other end. Great ball movement. Asia Wilson working so hard. She gets herself to the line. And for Jonquel Jones, her 4th foul.
Oh, that's important to keep an eye on.
Well, that's why I'm telling you.
I'm here for you, Anne-Marie. I am here for you.
No, I'm here for you, and that's it. Asia Wilson knocking those down. It's, again, a 6-point lead. Duana Bonner, a little shovel pass. Goes back inside, ready for it. Great ball movement by the Sun.
Bonner hit that basket, and then she had a little message to deliver inside to Liz Cambage. A little chirping going on inside.
Is that a good idea? Talk to Liz Cambage right now?
I don't think so. She's getting determined. Look at 6'8" going to work. She's going to work right now. Number 8 is bringing the noise.
What did we say at the beginning? Kurt Miller said, don't let yourself get bullied. Bill Lambier saying the same thing.
Yeah, it's going to be
nobody's going to bully Liz.
Yeah.
Ever. Brianna Jones, meanwhile, another bucket for her. 4-point game. Jackie Young for 2, but the foul. Foul is on Asia Wilson. Jisoo Park coming in. Going to give Cambage a well-deserved breath or 2. Cambage with the 3 fouls. She picked up her 3rd earlier in this 3rd quarter.
That's a good time to give her a break. Media timeout could come at the 5-minute mark, so she gets a little extra time. Because as close as this game is, you're going to need Cambage down the stretch.
Meanwhile, Jisoo Park, there's a perfect example of what she does well. There's no second opportunity there.
And it won't show up in the stat sheet. But then Chelsea Gray can't turn the ball over.
A little teardrop in by Jonquel Jones. Lead has been cut to 2. Sun led by 11. Ace's largest lead was 8. The Sun have been disruptive, especially in those passing lanes. There's another turnover. Long ball, no good. Second opportunity for the Sun, reverse. And the Sun is shining bright right now. All their players jumping up and down. It's locked up 39 apiece.
Well, because the Sun have controlled the boards.
31-17, Connecticut advantage on the boards.
Looking at the 4 games that Connecticut has played, they have dominated on the glass, and Bonner getting all the way to the basket, the finish and the foul.
Connecticut retakes the lead by 2.
Fouls on the Aces, number 0, Jackie Young. Her second personal. The Aces' second team foul.
Let's revisit the keys. Tell me.
Well, Tessa Wills, and the Wills, what involved in that is the physicality. Who can keep their head? Who cannot get bullied and really still bring it? And then clear the glass, rebounding. We've already talked about how the Connecticut Sun have been in control. Control of tempo. The tempo was first controlled in the first quarter by Connecticut. Second quarter, it was controlled by the Las Vegas Aces. Right now, it's a tug of war. They're trying to decide who's going to control the tempo.
Well, and Liz Cambage out right now getting a well-deserved rest. We have seen plenty of the bench. We just talked about Jisoo. Tell me about the whole bench as a collective.
Well, you've got De'Erica Hamby just again bringing the energy and especially allowing Connecticut to play, or allowing the Aces to play with a bigger lineup, to have the size on DeWanna Bonner. She's done a nice job of running the floor in transition. You also have Destiny Slocum and Jisoo Park, who have come in and given good minutes for the Aces as well.
Destiny Slocum, 4 rebounds. No points, 4 rebounds.
Well, you've got, the guards are going to have to rebound, because you have seen how we talked about how Liz Cambage may not get the credit for deflecting the ball out of bounds, and the guard that comes up with it does. So it's going to be a 5-person responsibility to rebound, especially on the defensive side.
On the other side, for the Suns, let's talk about DeWanna Bonner for a moment, because we talked Joneses, keeping up with the Joneses at the beginning of the show, but you and I have been talking about DeWanna Bonner. We talked with her, we talked with Kurt Miller about her as well. What's been special about her?
Well, I've watched her for several years when she was with Phoenix. She's that clutch player when the shot clock's running down or your team needs a bucket. You can go to DeWanna Bonner because she is able to score in so many different ways, and the versatility in her game. I mean, look, she is 6'4", playing the 3. She can handle the basketball. She can defend as well. So DeWanna Bonner, I expect her through the rest of this third quarter and going into the fourth to try to take over for the Connecticut Sun.
Sun out rebounding the Aces by 15 right now. I have that right? No, I don't. My mouth's terrible. But the other day, Kurt Miller telling us, look, they out rebounded the Mercury by 24. And he said, we're not going to do that to the Aces like we did the other night.
Well, they're up 15.
I know. And so that's my point being, the boards, big time key the rest of the way for the Aces. Slocum on the corner waiting. Jisoo Park mid-range, no good. Do you like that shot?
Yeah, I mean, she was open there. It was not contested. And she's got to be able to knock that shot down.
Aces fans, we need you loud on defense.
But we're looking at the Aces right now. You have Hamby, Jisoo Park, and Asia Wilson for size, rebounding-wise, against Connecticut.
Connecticut starting to build a lead now, +5.
I got to believe that Kurt Miller addressed that Jasmine Thomas was a little passive offensively. She's been much more assertive in this third quarter. We're used to seeing Jasmine Thomas running the point. Heineman running the point, really allowing Jasmine Thomas to be in that scoring guard position.
Kicked outside, Bonner, deadly. Another 3 from her. Connecticut ball.
It's just going to be a matter of time, I think, before Liz Cambage is going to have to come back into the game.
Exactly, I'm thinking the same.
Well, because if Jisoo Park is playing away from the basket, Connecticut's not Gardner. They're going to force her to take shots. They're really working on protecting the rim.
And there's an and one. GC Park got a piece of the hand. So you said a matter of time before Liz Cambage comes back in. It's time.
Back in the game for the Aces, Liz.
Take a look at the foul.
Well, the post-up position, that's one of the things that Brianna Jones does so well, is does her work early. The positioning before the pass that comes to the pass that comes to her, that's when she starts making her position that allows Brianna Jones to get 2 feet in the paint and score down low.
Connecticut now tying the largest lead of the game with 11. Liz Cambage back in. Dearica Hamby walking the tightrope.
Nice pass by
Cambage right there.
Wilson. Wow.
Right? I mean, Cambage knew what was coming. Asia was like, I'll get to you. I'll get to you in a second.
Well, Asia Wilson knows the respect the defense is going to give her. When she goes to the basket, 2 are coming.
Right.
And that allowed Liz Cambage to be open.
Aces basketball. Let's take a look back.
Watch the defense. DeWanna Bonner steps over, and that allows Asia Wilson to really just thread the needle to Liz Cambage.
Asia knocking down another one. And again, Liz Cambage occupying people. I'm keeping an eye on the score because it was an 11-point Sun lead when Liz Cambage re-entered the game.
Liz Cambage wasn't here last year, but she and Asia Wilson share the space very well inside in the paint.
And it's just the attention. Stripped. Asia is hot, did not like that, felt perhaps a little contact. Slocum all over Heidemann, makes her not an option. Slowing it down, shot clock at 4.
Rebounding for Connecticut has been huge.
Heidemann for 3, no good. Dearica Hamby has it. We're in the final minute of the third quarter. Foul. I believe that's on Brianna Jones.
That's what Dearica Hamby does so well, force the issue. The defense is in retreat mode, and Hamby just continued to go to the basket and get herself to the free throw line.
Dearica Hamby, back-to-back WNBA 6th Woman of the Year. Doing all the work again.
We talked about, you had asked me earlier about what Bill Lambier does so well. We've got Dearica Hamby that's back-to-back 6th Woman of the Year. He also has Sugar Rogers, who's on his coaching staff. She was 6th Woman of the Year for him in New York. You have Angel McCautry, who's on his, or not Angel McCautry, there's one more. There were 3. Oh, Raquana Williams was 6th Woman of the Year as well. So these are players he knows, he drafts, he puts on the team, or he picks up that can handle their roles because he trusts that they're going to be in the position where they can be successful.
Another shot clock expiration forced by the Las Vegas Aces. Their defense can be very frustrating for the Sun.
Well, and again, paying attention, you remember early in the first half, DeWanna Bonner hit that shot as the shot clock was rolling down, it was running down. Dearica Hamby gave her a step. That hasn't happened since. The Aces have kept pressure on Bonner when you're late in the shot clock. Bill Lambier just covered his face. He's got his rookie with the ball at the end of this third quarter.
Gives it to Asia Wilson. Shot is up, no good at the end of the third quarter. A 7-point lead by the Connecticut Sun. We have seen so much action. Everybody getting involved. Dearica Hamby inside receives the pass from Chelsea Gray. Of course, Dewana Bonner has had plenty of attention, and we told you about keeping up with the Joneses. It's a 7-point lead.
Jasmine Thomas is back in for Connecticut to start the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter underway in Michelob Ultra Arena. Liz Cambage in, trying to slip underneath. Cambage disruptive, not allowing it, but another turnover for the Aces. "13 turnovers, I believe, at this point. Yep, 13 Aces turnovers, and that one hurt a little.
And that's another foul on Liz Cambage.
That's her fourth personal for Liz Cambage.
Well, it wasn't up top, it was the lower arm.
Yeah, I didn't see the extension, I'm just saying.
But she rode her. You can't ride the driver, the penetrator, as she's driving to the basket.
Okay. Again, the defense of the Aces, shot clock expiration. What are they doing right?
Well, I think the pressure on the ball, the rotation and the responsibility on the ball and the coverage. It's a very good team effort, but now on the offensive end, the Aces have got to get back into that conversion rate that they had going on for them in that second quarter.
Destiny Slocum all alone. Yeah, prove him, Rook. All right, they just showed a little disrespect, and Destiny Slocum just earned it.
Well, and Liz Cambage showed her court vision. The double team came, and at 6'8", she could survey the whole court, found Slocum in the corner. Watch Liz Cambage. She takes her time. She recognizes that Slocum is deep in the corner and just zips the ball right over to the open shooter. Rookie knocked it down.
Trying to force it through. How about that? Liz Cambage grabs it. Hamby, there's room. Denied. Picked up again by Slocum. Gets it back to Liz Cambage. I saw the foul. Is the bucket counting? I think the whistle was before the bucket.
But Slocum with the heads-up play of understanding with the chaos that was going on. Get the ball back inside. She got the basketball. Her first thought was find 6'8".
Well, you and I know the backstory there about why find 6'8", and talking to Destiny Slocum earlier this week, she said during practice, they weren't early in the preseason, or if there was much of a preseason, right? They weren't together on the same team. Liz and Destiny were on the same team finally, and Liz said to her, "That's 3 times now that I've been here and you missed me." Destiny Slocum said, "I will not miss you again." Also has learned to pass 2'6'8", which is taller than anybody she's ever played with. So you better believe in that chaos. First thought, where's Liz? Oh my.
Occasion, Cambage is also having a little chat with the bench of Connecticut.
Back outside. Jasmine Thomas knocking it down. You talked about that conversation that you thought could have happened between Kurt Miller and Jasmine Thomas.
Well, she only had 3 points in the first quarter, and she is a scoring point guard. So she has got to be a threat early offensively.
Jasmine Thomas, that's her first personal.
That foul is on Jasmine Thomas. And you know how we do our little yes and building on? She only had 3 points at the half, Jasmine Thomas did, so through the first and second quarters.
Yes, she has 7 right now, so still just 4 points, but to be that threat on the perimeter will open up things more inside for Jonquel Jones. But a lot of it has to do, too, with the pressure, the defense that the Aces have concentrated on with Jasmine Thomas.
Slocum trying to get rid of it at that moment. Jackie Young for 3, no good. Dearica Hamby thought was going to be able to tip that the Aces' way. 4-point Connecticut Sun lead. About 6.5 minutes remaining in the game. Can the Sun go 5-0 for the first time since 2018? Or will the Aces hand them their first loss of the season? Asia Wilson drawing the foul.
Foul is on the Suns, number 24, Dewana Bonner, her second personal.
Foul is on Dewana Bonner, her second personal.
Well, Asia Wilson
To the free throw line.
more times than not, she goes hard with that right hand. She likes that spin back to the left. But defensively, you got to be there early. Otherwise, she's going to get herself right there to the free throw line.
Dejanay Carrington is back in for Connecticut.
Dejanay Carrington just re-entered the game for Connecticut. Rakana Williams is entering the game in place of Jackie Young. Asia Wilson now with 10 points, double figure scoring again for her.
Now, can the Aces continue to be stifling defensively without Liz Cambage in the paint?
The 2 big runs we have seen by the Sun thus far have been when Cambage was out. Shot clock, 5. Heidemann, no good. Answer to your question, yes.
And you see Destiny Slocum down low, mixing it up inside to be there to pick up those rebounds.
Slocum went from playing just over a minute in the second game to playing 17 minutes already tonight. Heidemann for 3. That's good. Unintended consequences, returning to that conversation with Kurt Miller. Heidemann, the benefit, if you will, the unintended consequence of other people out.
Well, and Heidemann's a shooter. You can't go behind the screen. I mean, every time I have heard conversations or had with Heidemann, she talks about shoot or shoot, and she knows that's why she is in Connecticut, is to shoot the basketball.
Shots up, it's starting to rain from the Sun.
Jonquel Jones is just phenomenal to watch. 6'6", knocking down the 3. She handles the ball like a guard.
Destiny Slocum had it inside, passes it back out to Raquana Williams, no good.
The offense just is not in sync right now for the Aces.
Heidemann for 2, and the offense is completely in sync for the Sun.
I mean, Heidemann, she shoots 47% from the floor. You got to always know where she is.
Timeout called, 8-point lead for the Sun. We expected a physical game, and Coach Peck, we've got it.
Well, it was going to be a battle of wills and who was going to be able to dominate, especially inside. It has been a physical battle down low. Rebounding-wise, it's gone toward the hand of Connecticut. Blocking shots, well, that has gone to the advantage of the Aces. both of these teams they've shown that they can flex their muscles, bring their might, and make this game a physical one. It's going to come down the stretch.
All right, so we just saw Liz Cambage, right? That was the last replay we saw, was her beating her chest. She has 4 fouls. The Connecticut runs have happened when Liz has been out. She's got 2 more. What do you do? I mean, there's 4:19 remaining. When do we see Liz?
Oh, I would go right now with Liz Cambage. You're down 8 if you're the Aces, and so you don't want to wait too late. I mean, 4 minutes is all you've got. Cambage has got to play smart. And when she's on the floor, the intensity for the other 4 players on the floor with her are a lot better. They have a lot of confidence to put more pressure on the person they're guarding when they know that they can force the offense into Liz Cambage.
Liz Vegas, they tell him when she comes back in. And here she is, Liz Vegas, talking with Dearica Hamby. Take a brief moment and tell me, other than the length, what's so special about Liz Cambage? We've talked about so many other players. What has she done in this game that has changed the culture, or the outlook when she's in?
Well, she has focused her emotions in the right direction, and that energy on the floor also has spread through the rest of the players in red. And I could just see the confidence build, especially on the defensive side, when Liz Cambage is blocking shots and rotating and talking about where she's going to be there to help her teammates out. Hey, that'll free you up to go, you know what? I don't have to worry about getting beat. I can take some chances and get a little closer to those shooters because I've got the eraser for me inside in the paint.
As you look at her numbers there, I'm interested when we're watching the 5 that are on the floor right now. It's the starting unit minus Raquana Williams plus Dearica Hamby. Everybody there talking with each other, including Jackie Young, who used to be quiet but is no more. And then they're all looking over. The officials took an extra moment to look on a 3-pointer, make sure it was good. And it was, so the score remains an 8-point lead for the Connecticut Sun, 4:19 remaining.
A player that's been quiet today.
Yes?
Jackie Young. Only 4 points so far tonight.
She hasn't gotten to the line at all either, and Jackie Young has had some success from the line the last 2 games. Chelsea Gray. Lead is 6. 4 minutes remaining. Suns have been knocking them down. Shots up, leaving it up there for a little appreciation is Jonquel Jones. Liz Cambage backing you up.
But trading baskets, especially for Connecticut, you can't give up threes if you're the Aces and then come down with 2s.
Space, plenty of space, no pressure there.
Well, the ball screen and sending the ball that far to the baseline, making Cambage have to bite down low, just left Brianna Jones open in the lane.
Asia Wilson in, looking to finish. Connecticut's taking a timeout. It's a 9-point lead for the Sun. Okay, Carolyn, we got 2:51 remaining in this game. If you're Bill Laimbeer, prioritize for me.
Rebound the basketball first. You've got to make sure that you finish every defense that you have. You've got to rebound. The other thing that you've got to do against Connecticut, pressure the 3-point line, because right now, every time Connecticut is open, more times than not, they're knocking down the 3-point shot. I mean, you look at it and the space, the time, going behind the ball screens, Connecticut has been able to make the Aces pay. If you're late getting through screens, And it's come from just about everybody from the Sun, except for Brianna Jones. Brianna Jones, she stayed down low and done her work in the paint and on the glass. She's saying, go ahead and shoot it, team.
Yeah, it's been timely threes, right? They've made 6, so it's not a large number, but Connecticut Sun has made them at the right time.
Right.
I want to go back to the rebounding, though. I keep checking my numbers if people see me looking. 43-24, Sun out-rebounding the Aces. This is what they have done to teams across the league. That's why they're 4-0 coming into this game.
Absolutely, and they know where the shots are coming from. And so when you know where your teammates are going to shoot the basketball, then you can jockey and get position for the offensive rebound. And then defensively as well. It has been just a gut check. Rebound a lot of times, really the only time, all the time, has to do with effort. And that's what Connecticut has brought on the glass today.
Aces fans, we need you, and we need you right now.
Is this the moment when you are at the blackjack table where you push all your chips forward and say, let's get it done?
You've got to pace yourself. You don't want to panic and put all in at once, but you want to be strategic. Now, as you win, as you score, then you can start to press up a little bit. You can parlay sometimes. So that's what the Aces are going to have to. They got to get stops, and then they got to try to get a double down.
Chelsea Gray to the corner, Jackie Young. Gray falling away, knocking it down. 7-point lead for the Sun, 2:15 remaining.
I'm just so impressed with Chelsea Gray. She has been a great addition to the Aces because she's a scoring point guard.
And they're just answering back time after time after time. Brianna Jones. She has 17 points. DeWanna Bonner, 17 points. Jonquel Jones, 19 points. Raquana Williams, again, for 3. Third made 3 for Raquana Williams today.
Connecticut trying to play really through Brianna Jones.
There's that shot clock. Shots got to go up. Pressure by the Aces defense. Time to get to work. A'ja Wilson down low. Liz Cambage fouled, and she's excited about it.
Fouls on Connecticut's number 42, Brianna Jones. Her second personal foul.
But Cambage, she started that break and then ran ahead. The energy and determination she played with, she wanted that one to go down. It didn't, but she'll have an opportunity at the free throw line.
Cambage making it count. Carolyn, talk me through it. What do you do here? You got 1:15 left, 4-point game.
You just have to get a stop. No need to foul. They have gotten Connecticut in pressure situations, getting late in the shot clock several times in this game.
Foul on the Aces, number 0, Jackie Young, her third personal. The Aces' first team foul in the last 2 minutes.
Foul on Jackie Young.
Need you loud on defense, Aces fans. Let's go!
And that's a good foul because the Aces had a foul to give. They don't now.
Inside, and it was Liz Cambage disrupting that pass. Feeding it in to A'ja Wilson.
I may start calling Chelsea Gray Madam Gray, because she can look into the crystal ball. She knows where her teammates are, especially Asia Wilson is going to be running in transition and drops dimes, delivers it right on time to get the easy 2.
How about instead of Madam Gray, Gray Matter, because she's using her brain. Hey, I just did that. 2-point lead. There's an 8-0 Aces run. Draw it up.
Well, so now Connecticut is going to have to make sure, number one, they get the ball inbounded and take care of the basketball. What has worked well for them is when they go with ball screen action, sending the ball down really below the elbow down to that corner, and that's where Brianna Jones has been able to step back, and it's given enough space to allow her to score over Liz Cambage. The Aces are going to have to talk about now. They still have time. They don't need to foul, but rotations. Switch on emergency screens and cover each other defensively. And if all else fails, all 5 people have got to box out and make sure that if they force a tough shot from the Connecticut Sun, no second chance opportunities.
Liz Cambage, season high 4 blocks. Disrupted so many passes, tips, interceptions, if you will. 48 seconds remaining. Sun lead by 2.
She came in so good after picking up those 2 early fouls. Ever since then, she has been the dominant post.
Bonner for 3. Devastating dagger.
Clutch.
By DeWanna Bonner.
She's so clutch down the stretch.
That was a bigger one even then. Brianna Jones stopping the pass.
Well, when you're passing Liz Cambage, not too many people can get up to where she can catch the basketball. Rather you throw it out of bounds than throw it short.
Yep, great point.
Aces' second team foul in the last 2 minutes.
All right, so the Aces had to foul there. Take a look.
2 shots.
This is the dagger.
Yeah, DeWanna Bonner just right there. Dearica Hamby, you think you may be closed out, but if you don't know what she had for lunch, you're not close enough to DeWanna Bonner.
DeWanna Bonner, 22 points for her. So you got 22 seconds left and 7-point lead. We said no more fouls to give. Talk me through it.
Well, the thing that Bill Lambier has got to do is find the first available scoring opportunity and score quick. 2 or 3, doesn't matter. Now you got to foul. You know, as soon as the ball is inbounded, if Kurt Miller doesn't use his timeout to advance the basketball, you've got to foul. If Kurt Miller does advance the basketball, still, when he inbounds the basketball, you got to foul. Because you want to lengthen this game and give yourself an opportunity to possibly, on a missed free throw, get it and go.
Yeah, I mean, for the Connecticut Sun, they have been so dominant on the boards. What has been the key to their success, not just in this game, but in this season so far on the boards?
Physicality. They are not afraid to mix it up on the shot. When the shot goes up, they are putting a body on somebody and eliminating your second chance opportunities. That rebounding responsibility, I can guarantee you it's something that Kurt Miller focuses and stresses every day in practice.
The Connecticut Sun looking to match their best start since 2018. Going 5-0. Aces trying to defend the house. Dearica Hamby for 3. No good. Rebound Bonner. No foul. And so that's going to do it. The Connecticut Sun improved to 5-0. They matched their best start since 2018 season when they went 5-0 as well. For the Las Vegas Aces, they moved to 2-2.
Well, you look at the Connecticut Sun, and we talked about the Joneses, Brianna Jones and Jonquil Jones. They're not related, but both of them 19 points, and then DeWanna Bonner with 20. For the Aces, you had balanced scoring, but you had limited production from Jackie Young. And just defensively, they were not able to be as disruptive to the Connecticut Sun as vice versa.
Aces appreciating their fans. Connecticut Sun get the win. Next game for the Aces, they head on the road. They will face the Phoenix Mercury on Wednesday. But today, it was the sun shining bright in Vegas. It was hot. Las Vegas Aces moved to 2-2. I'm sure there's going to be some conversation about the boards from my partner Carolyn Peck. I'm Anne-Marie Anderson and our fantastic crew. Aces and Sun get the best of them in the house.